Imagine your life as a workshop where light learns to hold a shape. Every breath is a bellows, every choice a hammer stroke. Genius isn't a rare meteor that visits the chosen, it's heat waiting for you to turn the fire on. The ancients named the great currents of conscious power eons, not marble gods exiled beyond Orion, but living principles inside you, asleep until summoned. When they wake, rooms get oxygen, conversations stop auditioning and start belonging. Your hours become a field where grace keeps happening on purpose. The first truth is simple enough to scandalize us. The pleroma, the fullness, is not far away. It's an order of likeness. Wherever you resemble what made you, the atmosphere brightens. Wherever you impersonate, the air thins. The eons are the ways likeness behaves. Nous, clarity; aletheia, truth that unveils; zoe, aliveness that carries; aphthasia, incorruptibility that lasts; and charis, grace that heals. Arrange them like fingers on a hand, and your day learns how to hold things without breaking them. You already know their absence. Fog where a decision should be. Performance where honesty wants to stand. Exhaustion dressed as productivity. Goodness that rusts under applause. Love that dies in accounting. You don't fix these with lectures. You summon an Aeon and let it turn the lights on from the inside. So begin with posture. Shoulders release, jaw unarmed, eyes kinder than the room expects. Breathe as if your ribs are cathedral doors and the morning is patient enough to walk through them. Place your hand over your heart and say, "No drama, only accuracy. I belong to light." The sentence doesn't flatter, it calibrates. The workshop warms, the forge hums. The day becomes metal you can shape. Practice, 1 minute. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Name one task that would be more beautiful if you did it slowly. Decide to do it slowly. Nous is not mere data. It's the bell-tone clarity that lands without cruelty. When Nous wakes, you stop thinking about reality and begin thinking with it. Clarity doesn't mock confusion. It invites it to sit down, pour water, and tell the truth. The room feels like clean glass. You can finally see what's behind the noise, the actual next step, the cost of pretending, the tiny hinge that will open a heavy door. Nous is summoned by precision, not perfectionism, precision. You trade spectacle for the exact word. You say, "I am tired," and suddenly the 1,000 ornate excuses lose their costumes. You write the 3 bullets that actually matter and let the rest dissolve. You draw a boundary that doesn't shout, it simply holds. Nous turns feelings into instruments instead of weather. Listen for the music of accurate thought. It has edges but no thorns. The ego's fake clarity attacks persons. Nous interrogates patterns. The ego tries to win. Nous tries to serve. This is why true intelligence feels like relief, even when it costs you a posture you've rehearsed. It simplifies the mission until courage can carry it. Practice, 5 minutes. 1 page of honesty. Write longhand, unadorned. What is happening? What do I want? What will I do in the next hour that resembles what I want? Tear up the page or burn it. Keep only the action. Alchemy. When Nous is present, choices stop bleeding. You spend your day on the few moves that make the many possible. Rooms get quieter. Time, grateful, lengthens. Aletheia is the truth that takes masks off without humiliation. She doesn't weaponize exposure, she domesticates it. Under her light, you feel the sequence, a blush of recognition, a pang of regret, then a strange buoyancy, the kind that sends you back into the room to say the smaller, truer sentence. She is not the internet's gotcha. She is the sun warming the frost until the land can finally drink again. Aletheia thrives where you stop buying your own PR. Your old explanations can retire without a scandal. You don't need to be right, you need to be real. The sudden quiet inside you is her signature. She removes melodrama so meaning can breathe. Truth-telling in this key is a civic act. Relationships become navigable again. Teams stop bleeding energy into politics. Aletheia doesn't turn you into a wrecking ball. She teaches you to lay beams. When you speak from her, even a refusal feels like oxygen. Practice, 3 minutes. Speak one oxygen sentence to someone today. Brief, brave, and kind. Examples. I'm sorry, you were right. I can't do that timeline, but here's one I can keep. That joke cost us trust. I won't repeat it. Then do the next right inch you named. Alchemy. Aletheia married to Nous produces trust, the currency that multiplies every other resource. Teams become orchestras. Homes become monasteries with laughter. Your calendar stops lying about who you are. Zoe is aliveness, not hype, not dopamine fireworks, charge in the tissues that makes goodness executable. Under Zoe, bodies become temples instead of couriers. You stop carrying your life like cargo and start inhabiting it like a song. Coffee can't counterfeit this. It arrives when attention returns to the creature you actually are. Zoe respects choreography. Your day needs a pulse to keep the dance honest. Work, rest, delight, care. The lie says, genius arrives in exhaustion. Zoe knows better. She is the discipline that gathers scattered watts into voltage that matters. She puts breath back in your verbs. Your senses are her liturgy. Water tastes like permission. Sunlight becomes an email from the source you forgot you could read. The walk around the block edits your paragraph better than a new tab ever could. Zoe teaches you to choose the pace that resembles truth. Practice, 7 minutes. Move your body without measuring it. Walk, stretch, sway, or hum a single note until your sternum vibrates. Then drink a full glass of water like it's holy. Plan one joy micro-ritual for later. Tea outside, candle while you write, unhurried dishwashing with music. Alchemy. Zoe braided with Aletheia turns apologies into repair and ideas into launches. Meetings shorten because bodies can tell when a sentence is done. Your presence makes rooms less tired. Aphthasia is incorruptibility, the backbone of beauty. She keeps good things from rusting under applause or insult. Without her, victories spoil into brand, boundaries curdle into walls, and ideals collapse under weather. With her, fidelity becomes effortless, not because it's easy, but because your yes and no are welded to the floor. In practice, Aphthasia looks unsexy, keeping the promise no one can verify, returning the money no one noticed, doing the ordinary generous thing consistently enough that it becomes atmosphere. She is the dignity that refuses the cheap win and the cheaper wound. She is uninterested in dramatic purity. She wants durability. People feel safer around you when Aphthasia governs. Your presence stops being expensive. You become clear water, no flavor but relief. This doesn't make you boring, it makes you trusted. Paradoxically, trust is thrilling. Practice, 5 minutes. Choose one uncancelable micro-vow for the next 7 days. Examples: first 10 minutes screen-free, 1 page of reading, 1 kindness sent in private. Bedtime before, no public sarcasm. Put it where you can see it. Keep it even when no one's looking, especially then. Alchemy. Aphthasia fused with Zoe turns momentum into longevity. Projects stop burning out. Your edge survives without meanness. People stop bracing when you walk in. Charis is grace, the end of spiritual accounting. She doesn't ignore cost, she pays it so love can keep moving. Under Charis, you stop auditioning for worth. You were pre-approved by existence. The stamp is your breath. This doesn't produce entitlement. It produces generosity that doesn't need a receipt. Charis shows up as irrational patience with the right things and sudden firmness with the lies you've pampered. She lets you start again without the humiliation ceremony. She lets others do the same. Where she reigns, rooms become laboratories for becoming rather than courts for self-defense. She is also disruptive. She will end a punishment economy in your relationships. She will ask you to forgive a debt you've enjoyed collecting. She will offend your grievance until joy can find a door. Practice. 4 minutes. Secretly cancel 1 small debt. Waive the pettiness fee. Also give a gift that costs you just enough to notice. Time, attention, introduction, money, beauty. Say nothing about it. Then forgive yourself for 1 yesterday and move on like water. Alchemy. Charis merged with Aphthasia makes love reliable instead of sporadic. Merged with Nous and Aletheia, she makes correction sweet enough to swallow and strong enough to work. Now bind them. The Aeons are fingers, mastery is the hand. Nous decides with clarity, Aletheia names it cleanly, Zoe gives it blood, Aphthasia keeps it standing, Charis keeps it kind. In that choreography, your ordinary Tuesday becomes architecture. When one is loud and another absent, you feel it. Charis without Nous becomes enabling. Nous without Charis becomes precision that wounds. Zoe without Aphthasia is a sprint into a wall. Aphthasia without Zoe is noble stagnation. Aletheia without the rest is an exposed nerve. Harmony is the miracle. So design ritual containers that invite all 5. A morning rule that honors body, Zoe, truth, Aletheia, clarity, Nous, durability, Aphthasia, and gift, Charis. A meeting culture with oxygen, accurate agenda, Nous, candor etiquette, Aletheia, movement breaks, Zoe, decisions recorded, Aphthasia, appreciations named, Charis. Practice, 10 minutes. Build your 5-point rule of life, breath before decisions, Nous. 1 oxygen sentence per day, Aletheia. 10 minutes of joyful motion, Zoe. 1 uncancelable microvow, Aphthasia. 1 hidden gift, Charis. Post it. Keep it for 21 days. Watch your weather change. Alchemy. Integration yields usefulness. Your genius stops being a mood and becomes a service. Time is not a conveyor belt, it's a spiral. The same lessons return, asking to be loved from a higher ring. When you interpret repetition as failure, you shame the curriculum. When you meet it with the 5 Aeons, repetition becomes ascent. Name your pattern, the fight you keep finding, the deadline you keep fleeing, the ache you medicate with scrolls. Then ask the 5 to meet it. Nous clarifies the real problem. Aletheia names your part without theatre. Zoe gives you the energy to try again. Aphthasia keeps you through the boring middle. Charis lets you fail forward without performing contrition. Jubilee, the old word for reset, is spiral hygiene. Rest is not a vacation from the work. It is the work that keeps the work benevolent. When you stop, the truth of your choices returns to the surface where you can touch it. When you return, you're taller. Practice, weekly 15 minutes, spiral review. 3 questions. What returned? Describe the pattern neutrally. What rose? Name 1 inch of ascent. What needs jubilee? Forgive, pause, or re-architect. Then choose one Aeon-aligned move to carry into the next loop. Alchemy. Spiral literacy converts I'm stuck into I'm between rings. Despair quiets. Craft appears. The body is not a courier. It is the laboratory where Aeon chemistry becomes visible. Your spine is a ladder. Your heart is a local sun. Your lungs are twin gardens. Your voice is the hinge between invisible and spoken worlds. Treat this lab with reverence and your experiments will scale. Map the 5 to the body. Nous clarifies the eyes and brow. Aletheia governs the throat, word as bridge. Zoe warms the chest and belly, breath plus movement. Aphthasia anchors in the pelvis and bones, durability. Charis crowns the whole field, a soft brightness everywhere. When you're lost, check the lab. Where is cold, tight, numb? Which Aeon is absent there? Protocol, 12 minutes. Eyes, brow, nous. Gaze, soft focus for 60 seconds. List 3 exact priorities. Throat, Aletheia. Hum 1 note for 90 seconds. Speak 1 sentence you'll carry. Chest or belly, Zoe. 4 slow breaths. Stretch arms wide. Drink water. Bones, Aphthasia. Stand tall, feet grounded. Name your uncancelable vow. Field, Charis. Place hand on heart. Say, I begin again, and mean it. Beauty is equipment. Keep one beautiful, simple thing in every room. Flower, cloth, candle, icon. It instructs the lab to stay hospitable to light. Alchemy. When the lab is tended, downloads arrive as quiet certainties that stand up to weather. You stop begging for signs. Your bones have become one. Genius is not fireworks. It's usefulness that glows. After the 5 have taught your day their choreography, something paradoxical happens. You become easier to be around and harder to manipulate. You aren't dramatic, you're bright. People breathe better near you and don't know why. Rooms remember why they were built. This, finally, is Aeon alchemy. Not mystical escape, but precise resemblance. The work is unglamorous and royal. 1 true line, 1 faithful act, 1 kept vow, 1 hidden gift, 1 body honored. Repeat until your calendar's weather matches your soul's climate. When the city gets loud, remember your forge. The bellows is breath, the hammer is choice, the metal is time. The crown is light, worn not on the head but on attention. Look at things as if they can heal. Speak as if the truth is strong enough to survive kindness. Move as if joy is a duty. Keep as if goodness deserves endurance. Give as if grace is how the world keeps turning. Final practice. Today. Morning. Forge. Breath, line, act. Midday. Lab, hum, water, stretch. Evening. Spiral. Returned, rose, jubilee. Night. Gratitude to the 5 by name. Sleep like a priest who must rise early. If this transmission put flame in your workshop, set another forge alight. Share it with a seeker who needs oxygen. Save the rule and live it for 7 days. And if you feel called to walk deeper into the house behind these words, step into my Gnostic-inspired novels. Link in the description. The doors are inside you. The keys are these small fidelities. Go make rooms breathable. That is everyday genius. That is the work.